Well, it's a beautiful day for an unboxing video, so why don't we get started? This is the Encore Tarot. I received this and got it pretty quickly from, I hope I'm not going to massacre his name too badly, Ciro Marchetti, who has produced quite a few other decks, and I have not ever purchased another one of his decks in the past. The reason for that being, I had seen them, and I'm not a big fan of clowns or jesters. And I know the tarot traditional fool is oftentimes portrayed as a jester, but to me personally, I just don't care for it, and that's why I've never bought one of his decks in the past. But I decided when I saw this online, the images were just really beautiful, so I thought I'd give it a try. So here I received, there we go, a jester, a very gussied up jester, and a signed card here. And we have the Encore Tarot, a selection of images from various decks produced over the last 15 years, reworked in a linear illustrative style. And you can buy it at his website, ciromarchetti.com. And I'll put the link in the description box down below. So let's go ahead and open it up. It always makes me nervous to have my scissors around my new decks. I'm afraid I'm going to ruin the box. Let's see. It was such a beautiful day and such a lovely beginning to spring. I just couldn't resist coming outside here to film. So this, since I don't have any of his other decks, I mean, these will all be new images to me, so I can't lose. The Encore Tarot, Ciro Marchetti. There is a magnetic closure to the box. Nice hard cardboard. I'm going to set the box aside, and let's open up the cards. Oh wow, look at these cards. Look at the red, beautiful ruby red gilding on the edges. Gosh, that's gorgeous. I don't think you can be a tarot aficionado and not have a deck by this gentleman, so that's why I finally broke down and bought one. Okay, so let me adjust my camera down a little bit here. Okay, here we have the Fool. First, let's kind of take a look at the cardstock. It's very sturdy. The whole deck together is a rather thick deck because of the thickness of each individual card. And it's going to be a little bit difficult for me to shuffle because I like to riffle shuffle. But I think I can work around that. So for those of you who like nice sturdy cardstock that's not going to bend, this is for you. So first off, I'd like to let you notice the major arcana are all bordered in like a gray. Then we have the suit of coins, which relates to earth, which is edged in green. And then we have the suit of cups, for some reason, is edged in gold. The suit of swords or air is edged in blue. And the suit of wands is edged in a beautiful red, burgundy red. So here we have the Fool. Adorable dog there. Lovely Fool, even though he's, as I said, I'm not one for jesters or, I don't know, there's another term for this sort of artwork where you have clowns and jesters. Sort of a Mardi Gras feel. So what the heck, we're in the Lenten period here. So here we have our Mardi Gras Fool. Here's the Magician. I absolutely love this card. We've got some animals here, an owl, a raven, a cat. He's got his alchemical elements here. A very wise gentleman with his wand, his sword, his cup. Really pretty. Pentacle here. Here is the High Priestess card. You may recognize this card. It's in several of his decks in similar forms to this. There's another deck that's very similar to this deck. It's just got a slightly different tonality. The cards are softer. And I really considered buying that deck also, but in the end I decided to go with this one. When I saw a side-by-side comparison, I just liked this deck in general better. Here we have the beautiful Empress. Love this. Look at the lush sensation you get from all the nature elements. Really, really pretty. The Emperor. I love this Emperor. He's like a Roman Emperor. Very different from what you see in most other tarot decks. The pillars are gorgeous. And he's got the emblem with the eagle. The Hierophant. Wow. Oh, I love this Lovers card. And in the other deck that I saw, which is similar to this deck but has a different style to it, these are colored so that they kind of form a heart. They're kind of pinkish and they look like a heart. Really beautiful. I like that Lovers card better than this one, but they're similar enough. Very pretty. Oh, I love this Chariot. Look at that. The motion, the power, the duality of the different colors. Just beautiful. I love this Strength card. Fantastic Lion. The woman actually riding on his back, controlling him. That is a beautiful, beautiful card. There were so many cards when I saw this deck that I thought to myself, wow, just that one card alone would be worth buying this deck for. Here we have the Hermit. Not my favorite Hermit card, but it's still very nice. Wheel. The Wheel of Fortune. We've got a monkey, a rabbit, a lion. I'm not sure what the C and the M, you know, I've never had any of his decks before. I haven't read the book. Oh, and by the way, this deck did not come with a little white book. There is none in here. So there's that. If you're interested in getting a little book that tells you something about the cards, you don't get that with this deck. And the deck was $55. Okay, here we have Justice. A couple of women who have their helmets on so they're blind. Yin and Yang. I rather like this card. It doesn't have scales, but it still gives you the idea of justice. Here is the Hanging Man. Very pretty. Look at this kind of sideways hourglass. Interesting. Time is standing still. I like that. Here we have a very beautiful Death card. Temperance. Oh, I love this Temperance card. Oh, beautiful. Look at the melding there. The woman's figure is beautiful also. It's a beautiful card. What can I say? I love it. Here we have the Devil. Got the pentagram behind. We've got the chained supplicants, or whatever you want to call them, down below here. So that is the Devil. The Tower, very traditional Rider-Waite image. I like the addition of the moon behind the tower in addition to the lightning strike. Very pretty. That's a very detailed tower. You can see all the little rooms and windows, and Very pretty. This is another card that I absolutely adore, the Star. Wow. Look how gorgeous that is. The Moon. We've got the Lobster. We've got the Dog and the Wolf. The Moon. Very pretty. I don't understand what this having this woman chained to the dog is all about. It's a very pretty image. I love the colors in this deck. They're very muted and they're very elegant. Here's the Sun, very classical looking. We've got a couple of very bizarre looking babies there, but it does fit kind of with the classical theme. Judgment. The emphasis here is on the angel. I believe that's Raphael. I'm not sure which angel that's supposed to be. I can't remember my tarot lessons. Anyway, there's the Judgment card. The emphasis on the angel rather than the people rising from the graves. They're kind of small there by comparison. Here we have the World. We don't have a dancing female figure, but we do have the animals associated with the four archangels. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Wow, look at her head. It's got a crown that looks like almost like the city of Jerusalem, as you see in the Ace of Cups in a lot of the older decks. Very pretty. Okay, so that's the majors. Next we move on to Ace of Coins. All the animals of the earth, raspberries. Very beautiful. Plants and animals. And that's what the pentacle suit is all about. Pentacles are coins. Earthly things, animals, plants, things of the earth. Here is the Two of Coins. As Two of Coins go, I really like this image. Much better than having a jester juggling. You still get the impression of juggling and trying to keep your place, but it's a little different. It's more original. So I like that. Here we have the Three of Coins. Very nice. Workman there, hard at work. The Apprentice. Next we have the Four of Coins. Gathering his resources. I like that. Five of Coins. Some want, some need. Some upheaval in your job or your finances. That's a great card. It gives a really good impression of the feeling of that card. Here we have the Six of Coins, another great card that gives you that Rider-Waite Six of Coins feeling of having success and excess and charity and giving. The Seven of Coins. Oh, look at the dog. I love this. How sweet. Waiting for the harvest there. She's worked hard and she's reaping the fruits of her labor. Here we have the Eight of Coins. A very accomplished craftsman. I don't know, he looks like he's so accomplished that he's moving on to the next phase, learning how to do something else. He's a workaholic. Here we have the Nine of Coins. Oh gosh, I love this. I love that they've included the bird, the falcon. Even feathers over here. That's really pretty. And we have the Ten of Coins. Very nice. The impression of a legacy. Heirlooms, something to be passed on. Alrighty, onto the court cards. Here we have the Page of Coins. He has a very sweet face. The Knight of Coins. We've got the horses here, so that's kind of nice for a knight card. The Queen of Coins. Isn't she beautiful? And here we have the King of Coins. Wow. The coloring is just perfect. And the image is beautiful. And with this deck, I forgot to mention, they also include for each suit, there is PL or Palace. So here is the Palace of Coins. And I'm not sure how you would incorporate that into a reading. You'd have to ponder on it and think about it for a little while. But there is the Palace of Coins. Seems to supersede even all the other court cards. Here we have the Ace of Cups. Beautiful cup, fish. Lovely. Oh, I love this Two of Cups. Look at that. I love that. Look at the two eyes, the two hands intertwined. Just gorgeous. Here we have the Three of Cups. So a really festive party type atmosphere for the Three of Cups. The Four of Cups. Very nice, very Rider-Waite. He's kind of dissatisfied, looking off there. Here we have the Five of Cups. Disappointment. These cards are just all magnificent works of art. I just love them. Here is the Six of Cups. I don't know why I never bought one of Marchetti's decks in the past. This is just beautiful. This may be the only one I need. The Seven of Cups. Oh, look at all the different elements here. Keys, a nautilus, a snake, some sort of insect, greenery, pearls. Very pretty. The Eight of Cups. Moving away. Nine of Cups. I love this card. Look at his face. He is so happy. Great satisfaction and happiness. And the Ten of Cups. Wonderful dolphins. Oh my gosh. What better animal to represent the Ten of Cups than a happy family of dolphins. Love that. Okay, here we have the Prince of Cups. We've got the fish kind of incorporated in the card, although they're not in his cup. But this is beautiful. It has so many oceanic elements in it. The seaweed and anemones. Fish emblems on the cup. That is really pretty. Here is the Knight of Cups. And I guess for this knight, we have dolphins and seahorses rather than regular horses. Here we have the Queen of Cups. Wow, she's absolutely beautiful too. I'm thrilled with this deck. I'm so glad I got it. Here is the King of Cups. And we have the Palace of Cups. Gives you that sort of 30,000 Leagues Under the Sea, or whatever that Jules Verne book was. Look at that underwater abode there. Very cool. Okay, next we move on to the Suit of Swords. Oh gosh, that is a beautiful Ace of Swords. Look at that. The blues, the bird, and I'm not sure what this says. I guess I would have to search online and find some information on his decks to find out. There is no white book, and I don't know if there's a regular book that you can buy on his decks. I'll have to go back to his website and see. Oh, this Two of Swords is fantastic. Look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. I love it. Oh my gosh. The Three of Swords. Very traditional looking. This is sort of like the image you see on tombstones in the old graveyards from the, 150 years ago or even 100 years ago. Very pretty. Three of Swords, and you barely see the outline of the heart here. The Four of Swords. Rest and recuperation. We've got the one sword down here and the other three up here. Very typical Rider-Waite. Five of Swords. Beautiful. The Six of Swords. Really pretty image there. The choppy waters behind and the calmer waters ahead. Seven of Swords. Stealthiness, craftiness. I don't know what all these birds are doing here. It's an interesting picture. I don't know what it means, but it's interesting. Here we have the Eight of Swords with the binding theme that we normally see in the Rider-Waite Eight of Swords. Her arms are bound. She's blindfolded. The Nine of Swords. Bad thoughts, nightmares, being haunted by ideas that you can't seem to get out of your head. Nine of Swords. Here is the Ten of Swords. That is a very powerful Ten of Swords. We've got these claws, 10 claws coming after this guy, and he's not actually impaled, so I like that. But he's ready to move along and get out of that bad situation. Here we have the Page of Swords. Oh wow, look at those birds on his shoulder, how gorgeous they are. And down here we got parakeets. Very cute. Page of Swords. The Knight of Swords. Looks like an eagle and some kind of a hawk there. Great card. I like that the knights have the helmet with nobody in them. It's just very interesting. Here is the Queen of Swords. Wow, she's beautiful. And this is a card that I often sort of pick as my personal significator. So I always look for a beautiful Queen of Swords, and this one is absolutely gorgeous. Love her wings. Wow. That is spectacular. Looks like stained glass behind her all around. And the King of Swords. I like the eagles and the clouds behind him. He's also got the wings. Awesome, awesome, awesome. They really look like they go together, the King and Queen of Swords. Very nice. Okay, and then we have the Palace of Swords. Sort of has a carnival feel. Chess, kind of like a chess piece. That's interesting because chess is a very mental game. And of course the swords are about the mental state. Planning, thinking, communicating. I really like that card. All right, then on to our last suit, the Wands. Here is the beautiful Ace of Wands. Wow, look at that, an iguana. Pretty similar to a salamander that you normally associate with wands. A couple of dragons. Cool. Very fantasy-like, but not too far into the fantasy realm. Here we have the Two of Wands. Awesome. A key to unlock the future. I like that. The Three of Wands. Four of Wands. No garland up ahead, but we do have a rainbow and birds and rays of sunshine. I like this river flowing through here. That's very pretty. The Five of Wands. Get that real feeling of stress and conflict. The Six of Wands. Triumphant entry. That's gorgeous. Wow. Look at that card. The Seven of Wands. We've got the very typical Rider-Waite feel of standing your ground. No, you shall not pass. You'll have to get by me first, and you're not going to. Eight of Wands. Now this does not give me the impression of movement or moving along energy. I think it would be a little better if they had been positioned on their side to sort of indicate movement if you're going to stay true to Rider-Waite, but this is a very nice Eight of Wands. They are all intricately fashioned here. Beautiful artwork. Just lovely. Here's the Nine of Wands. You really had a hard road behind you, and you worked hard to get where you are. And you're tired. Take a break. Here we have the Ten of Wands. Typical Rider-Waite. But we do have this lovely buck in the back here. I like that. Ten of Wands. And on to the court cards for the Wands. The Prince of Wands with the dragons all around. And then the red coloring just is perfect for the suit of Wands. I really love that. Here we have the Knight of Wands. Oh, volcano, very cool. You have the iguana there that's kind of substituting for salamanders in this wand suit of this deck. Here's the Queen of Wands. She's beautiful as well. Look at the dress is just so flowing and gorgeous, and the colors. It looks like a flame coming down from her waist. The Queen of Wands, very pretty. And the King of Wands, a very powerful man there, seated on his throne. Absolutely beautiful. Gosh, that's a gorgeous card. He just has that look on his face like, I'm awesome and I know it. Been there, done that. Very nice. And here we have the last card, the Palace of Wands. Beautiful. Now I don't know what was intended with these palace cards because there's no book, so I'll have to kind of go online and check and see what I can find. But anyway, that's my quick walkthrough. Ciro Marchetti, the Encore Tarot, the backs. The backs at first glance look reversible, but they are not. I mean, for all practical purposes they are, but they're not exactly the same. See, this gentleman here has this green tuft behind his hat. He's got marks coming out here. If you turn it around, this one does not. There's no green extending up here. There's no marks coming out. So they're very, very similar, but they're not identical, which is fine, in my opinion. So that is my quick walkthrough. I hope you enjoyed it. The card stock for me is going to be a little difficult to work with because the cards are larger. Well, I can't fit them in my hands, and I like to riffle shuffle. So let's see if I can do a shuffle with these. Okay, well, not too bad. I guess you'll have to mostly overhand shuffle if you have a thicker deck like this. So I don't know that I'll use these a lot, but I do love them, and I'm going to enjoy playing around with them. So take care, have a pleasant evening, and we'll talk to you again next time.